Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Somos Mas, the official podcast of Somos Mas NM, and your source for the latest news and notes on New Mexico United. My name, of course, is Seth Bidoff. Joining me tonight on tonight's instant reaction show is Earl Nieto. Jacob may or may not hop in with us. He's doing bedtime with his kids. So, New Mexico United, Tampa Bay Rowdies fought to a 3-2 match, or 3-2 final this evening. New Mexico United, of course, falling on the road. Looking at this one, we knew it was going to be a tough matchup heading into it. Obviously, the Rowdies are one of the perennial favorites out of the Eastern Conference. And even without star forward J.J. Williams, who was serving a suspension due to a red card last week, Tampa Bay came out looking pretty good. You know, they have Cal Jennings and Ryan Spalding there, who had a fantastic night for them. And it was just one of those nights. I mean, United played hard, came back, fought back from 1 goal down and 2 goals down, and just didn't quite have enough in the tank. But Earl, let's just go ahead and get right into it. What was your instant reaction to that match tonight?
I mean, you hit it on the head. I mean, we played hard. We played really hard. We played really good. There were a couple spots that we looked like nothing, like we didn't know what the heck was happening. One of those is in our text thread right now, where my personal opinion is Hamilton is not the answer anymore. You guys say otherwise. I'm still sticking to my gun that he got beat and he got scored on, and you guys want to take his side for whatever reason. You guys will die on the hill with him, I guess, but.
We'll show that clip on Tuesday night. We are working on getting the video of that. Jacob did provide a still of that moment there for the first goal. I mean, you look at the opening goal there for Tampa Bay. Austin Yearwood, obviously not a great night for Austin by any stretch of the imagination. Gives the ball away in the defensive third. You've got Dahlgaard getting the ball over to Dahlgaard. Let me double check that. I want to say it was Dahlgaard, but Dennis. It was Dennis getting the interception there, getting the ball over to Ryan Spalding. And if you watch the video, and again, it's something we're going to try to show Tuesday night, you can see Sam in that center back position. Austin, after he gives up the interception, he tries to cut back across the field and follow Dennis. And you see Kalen and Sam both rotate to the towards the left side of the pitch. Sam obviously has a runner there with him, and Spalding comes from deeper on the pitch. So Sam is where he's supposed to be, with Austin making that run back across the pitch. So, I mean, you can blame Sam all you want, but
that's not the part that I'm talking about. That's not the part that I'm talking about.
So then how is Sam responsible for that goal then?
Because whenever they finally get in the box, Sam turns around and he's standing flat-footed. He's not trying to attack the ball. He's standing flat-footed like, okay, well, what's next?
Okay, you got to think though. He's coming to his left, to the left side of the pitch, tracking that runner. Harry Schwartz is coming back on the right side. The ball gets played out of Harry's reach into Spalding's feet, and Spalding puts a really good shot on goal. It's like, how is Sam supposed to turn around and get back to that side when he's tracking that runner to the left?
He was already on that side. He was already facing that way. They showed the replay where he's standing, his back is towards Alex. He's facing Spalding, whatever the hell his name is, and he just gets beat. Spalding goes right around him and he gets beat.
Okay, so I just pulled up. I've got it on my other screen, and I don't want to get us in trouble here. So here, I'm going to try to not get us in trouble. All right, so here's the replay right here, okay? So if you watch here, Dennis plays the ball to his left. Sam's coming out. He's charging the ball. He doesn't get caught flat-footed. He turns, and he has no help on that backside. And again, he's having to track that run of 26 right there. So that's not on Sam. That's not on Sam at all by any stretch of the imagination. Because if you go back farther in the clip, Austin, it's just an inexplicable giveaway from Austin, who had a terrible night, by the way. Terrible.
So I think what I'm seeing there, and you can correct me if I'm wrong. Like I said, I'm probably gonna die on this hill on my own. I'm willing to do it. Sam, in my opinion, pulls back. So instead of continuing his run towards the run, he falls backwards.
All right, let's go look at it again. We'll look at it again if that's what you want, Earl. We'll go look at this again here.
No, I'm just saying. We don't have to watch it again. But I'll point it out right here. Right there is where he kind of falls back. Instead of continuing the run towards, he falls back.
All right, we'll back that up here again. So yeah, bad giveaway there by Austin. Again, Dennis to his left. So Sam comes out
right there.
I think he's expecting that to possibly be a cross right there, a square ball right back into the middle. So he doesn't fully 100% commit that way because he's trying to keep that ball from getting inside. Because if that megs him, that's a clear open shot there. I mean, it's a hard shot anyway for Spalding, but I think Sam makes the right call here. And this goal is not on Sam. Like, Austin gives the ball away in a bad position, and United just gets caught
ultimately, out. You're right. Ultimately, 100%, that goal is on Austin. 100%. He gave the turnover that led to a score. Which, if you guys want, I can compare Austin Yearwood to JPG as well.
Oh, Earl,
if you guys want, because that was JPG's forte.
It's not even close between JPG and Austin. Not even close. Like, how dare you do that to Austin? But yeah, so you watch that goal there. Obviously, bad giveaway in the defensive half. Not something that we typically see out of Austin. And Tampa had a lot of success off that left side tonight. Because I want to say all three of the goals came off of build up off the left of our defensive left, I should say. And it's honestly, I'd say all three of them, particularly the one right after halftime, the one there in the 55th minute, came very much against the run of play because we've been looking really good. We've been playing really well defensively. We limited Tampa Bay's opportunities in the first half. I think they had 4 or 5 shots the entire first half. So we played pretty well. You look at the energy that was out there. The guys looked like they were playing with confidence. And compared to what we've seen out of the past 2 matches, I will take this effort every night of the week.
Yeah, 100%. I was super pleased with the way they played. 2 people in particular come to my mind. I mean, the first one is Kalen. I mean, Kalen, he left it out there all night. That's a given. So I would say Kalen is probably my man of the match, but a very, 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 very frugal nod to Alex. I mean, yeah, he had 3 scored on him, but between the first goal and the second goal that they scored, Alex was doing handstands. They couldn't get anything past him. And then that second one went in. I think he lost his confidence there.
You think Alex lost his confidence after that second goal?
I want to say yes. And it's just my opinion. That's my opinion. He maybe lost confidence going into that third goal that got scored. Mm-hmm. That just didn't work out.
I mean, I don't know. I don't see a lack of confidence from Alex or a loss of confidence after that second goal. But, what I see there, I'll fast forward here through all this stuff. But, you look at the second goal, obviously it was, a really well-worked goal. And really, Dennis didn't have a whole lot of space to work with there. Real quick turn, put the ball on his right foot, and just a really well-placed shot. That's what that was for Dennis.
And the reason why I say he lost confidence is there was a point where I don't even know who it was. It was later in the match, probably 70th, 77th minute, around there. It was a 1v, well, not even 1v1 because Tampa Bay had someone trailing him, where Tampa Bay shot it and Alex reacted super, super late.
Do you know about what minute you're thinking?
I'm thinking 77th. I would have to. It was after that for sure.
Yeah, so this is the second goal here. 77. So we scored in the 77th. Then
so
there
the
was
third goal that they scored, or the right before. The
Oh, you're talking about the 75th minute when Dennis or Dalgar went off to the left.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So see
in
here,
my opinion, it looked like Alex reacted late.
Mm-hmm. In the 75th. All right, we'll take a look at that here real quick. All right, so here's 75th. We'll back it up here just a little bit. So yeah, right here, this after they've gone up 3-1. Jump forward just a little bit. This is the ball here. So Jennings squares it in. Alex, he's made himself big. He's moving to the left because Dennis is moving to his left. He's staying big. He's limiting the opportunities that Dennis has to get back to the right. And so that's perfect positioning by Alex there. And I don't know where it is.
Alex was in perfect position. I'm not saying he was out of position.
Yeah.
It was just a late reaction, in my opinion.
Because
the ball had already come off his foot, and then Alex was jumping towards.
So, all right, so let's see here. So, let's take a look. So, Alex is here. I mean, the ball's nowhere near goal. I mean, he doesn't put the ball anywhere close to frame.
Right.
So, and from that distance, Alex really isn't going to have a whole reaction. So, it's going to look like he reacts late to it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, it's my opinion. I mean, it looks like he reacts late. But like you said, Alex is in perfect position there. He cut off that entire third of the goal, so that goal that wasn't going right there.
Yeah, and then here's now United's second goal here. Greg Hurst comes on and makes an immediate impact basically here tonight. He gets the header. He has the one header that was saved, and this is the follow up to that. The corner comes out, and you just see the overload of United players on the right hand side. If you watch the replay here, you see. I think it's 5 guys on the right-hand side of the pitch right there. And then, Greg puts in a good shot down low, forces Sparrow into a diving save. Sparrow obviously can't hold onto the ball there. Falls right to Schwartz. So, I mean, great cleanup by Harry there.
Is that offside? I mean, that, in my opinion, I'm not 100% sure.
So on this, as a USSF grassroots certified referee, when you're making this call here, you're looking at where is Harry when the shot is taken. Okay. So if Harry is in an onside position when the shot is taken, he's onside. Now the camera angle is so zoomed in, you can't really see from our perspective, but as long as he's onside when the shot is taken, he's onside. And it looks to me like he is onside when Greg.
Yeah, I want to say the one to his left kept him on.
Yeah, so see here, we'll show it real quick. I want to say it's because again, obviously we can't see the far side of the pitch. But I think it's 33 right here that keeps him on because there's a shot, or 34. Maybe it's 34 that keeps him on because you see 33 running right there, following him back, chasing him back. But I want to say it's 33 or 34 that keeps Harry on side there when the shot's taken. So I think it's a great call by the referee. I don't see any issue with that.
Yeah, I was just wondering. My personal opinion was like, oh, I'm off. I'm going to take it any day of the week because it's a goal scored.
Yeah.
So I'll take it any day of the week. But I was like, I'm going to ask about that one.
Yeah, no, like I said, as long as he's onside when the shot is taken, then he's good to go. If he's standing in offside position, then obviously the flag is. I've made calls like that as a referee, to where the attacking player was between the last defender and the goalie. Shot gets taken, and Earl disappears. I think Earl might have hit the wrong button on the screen. I'm not 100% certain, but yeah, I felt like the call there was correct. I know Tampa Bay is obviously yelling for offside call there, but looking at how United played tonight, and if Earl pops back in, we'll get his thoughts on this as we move on. But I mean, overall, the effort tonight was tremendous. United actually did really well. If you go back and look at the stats from this match, United had 54% possession. I think they had more shots. They had 11-9 more shots on frame. I thought it was a really well done game plan from Masaki Himi and the coaching staff to get the guys out there. I mean, obviously nothing too dynamic in terms of what they wanted to do offensively, defensively, coming out in a 4-4-2. What really surprised me here in this match tonight was Tampa Bay and their reluctance to get the ball forward, or not say get the ball forward, but to play forward. If you watch early in the first half, Tampa Bay really sat back behind the ball a lot. Even once they went up 1-0 in the 18th, you could see Cal Jennings dropping deep and sitting behind the ball, which is really unusual. On your home pitch, playing 11 guys behind the ball, I don't really know what Tampa Bay was thinking. And it didn't necessarily work out for them in that instance, but did get a comment. Earl is back. Maybe Earl's good. Earl, are you good?
Yeah, hopefully my internet's better too.
Okay. I was just talking about how it was odd that Tampa Bay sat 11 people behind the ball, especially in the first half, with Cal Jennings dropping deep after they went up 1-0, and how just United looked better. The game plan was really well done by Himi and crew, and nothing foreign. You see a 4-4-2 come out, which is your base defense, your base, one of the basic formations of football, and United played well. They, for the most part, they really did. So I want to get your take on that, and I do have a comment I want to share as well.
Yeah, so like you said, and I said it before too, United played really, really well tonight. Especially with it being very, very short notice on having a new head coach for the moment. But yeah, with everything that's happened this week, I think United played really well, exceptionally well considering the circumstance. That does raise questions that we were talking about on this past episode, this past Tuesday. So I guess that'll probably be revisited again this coming Tuesday. But yeah, I mean, United played really, really well. I was impressed by it. I was good with it, except for the scoreline, obviously 3-2. Just it's what happens.
Yeah, no, I mean, and obviously Tampa Bay, one of the best clubs in all of USL, perennial favorites. They're powerhouse out of Eastern Conference. And in response to your comments earlier about Alex, I did get a comment. I feel like people don't talk enough about how Alex is. I feel like people don't talk about how great Alex is enough. I really don't think he lost confidence. Tampa Bay had really great footwork, which I'm sure is hard to follow. Which I don't disagree with one bit. Tampa Bay did some really good things. So if you see the play there at the end for their third goal when Lawrence Wyke made that cutback on Santi, Lawrence Wyke is a guy who's played at MLS level with Atlanta United, and I'm really honestly amazed that he's not at the MLS level still.
Yeah, I mean, I will vouch 100%. I mean, a couple seasons ago, I was on that bandwagon of I didn't like Alex. I didn't like the way he played. I didn't like any of that. I was on the train for sure. But I've seen Alex play. I've seen him in training. I've talked to him in person after some of the matches. He's a really good guy. He really is. He is a really good keeper. My opinion, top 5 in the league right now. And I wouldn't take him, or I wouldn't take anyone over him at the moment. I mean,
from a statistical standpoint, I think that's a bit of a hot take, but I mean, in terms of ability and what he can do, yeah, I think Alex is one of the best in the league.
Yeah, 100%. And I'm a firm believer. He's not as good as what it was last year. I mean, last season he was the king of clean sheets, and now we can't get one if we wanted to, but it's whatever. But I'm on that comment as well. I think Alex is a really good keeper, super athletic, very very talented, and he just needs to catch a break.
Coming back home next week after a loss here, obviously Hemi is more than likely going to get at least one more week in charge. New Mexico United has who do we have next week? Double checking my calendar here just to make sure I have it right because I've been looking at so many different things. We have RGV next Saturday night, so clearly another chance for Hemi back home at the lab. I mean, unless an announcement comes early in the week, which I'm not expecting. Do you think that this sort of effort continues on in the next weekend? And do you see Hemi making any other like sort of changes? Do you think this type of performance is what the club needs going forward to build on, come from confidence level?
Confidence level, I think we're on point. Minus the confidence level that we got, that I believe happened with Alex Tambakis. My opinion right now, our confidence. Now, I'm just gonna speak about the confidence. I think the confidence that we had last night is the confidence we had tonight was equal, if not greater than SpongeBob making Krabby Patties at the Krusty Krab.
Okay. Okay. You've lost me with that one. Like is that a high confidence level? Like I don't watch SpongeBob. Okay.
Yes, the confidence we had tonight, like I said, it's high. Like we're good. We really got outplayed.
Mm-hmm.
Any other team, if this confidence level were against Phoenix, we're against RGV, we're against Vegas Lights, I mean, that's a win for us.
Yeah, I think you may be right there. Again, in terms of level of competition, Tampa Bay is a step above pretty much everyone else in the USL. For me, Tampa Bay is top 6 in the league this season. And so in terms of what they can do on the pitch, in terms of where I think they're going to finish at the end of the year, I honestly think that Tampa Bay is going to finish first in the East at this point. I want to say I either had them first or second in our prediction show, but yeah, I mean, this type of performance here, United fighting back from deficits, which is not something that we do on a regular basis. Come back from 1 goal down, came back from 3-1 down to make it 3-2. We had opportunities to possibly get a third. And so like you saw the guys, you saw them doing some really good things. You saw they run some Sergio Rivas on the right, and Sergio got basically shut out of this game. I mean,
so did Bees.
Yeah.
Bees had a firing first half, and then the second half he was
subbed out. He got subbed at halftime.
Okay,
yeah.
I missed the start of the second half. That's why.
Yeah, Bees got subbed at halftime for Armando, who Armando did not have. If the first 15 minutes that the first 10 minutes, really, Armando was on the pitch, he did not have a good night. He had 2 giveaways in the midfield. I mean, he got better as the night went on, but Armando had an off night. Yearwood did not look good tonight. But I mean, as a whole, by far a better performance than what we saw against either San Antonio or El Paso. And this is a full 90-minute performance from the guys. Something that I think that they can hang their hat on. That, hey, look, with everything that we went through this past week, changing coaches, trying to figure out new formations with injuries still being dealt with. I think this is a good showing for the guys despite the loss. And I think next week against RGV, we see a lot of similar things to what we saw tonight.
Yeah, and like I said, if this confidence level and this performance comes out for RGV or against RGV, it's a win.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. So, yeah, I mean, Earl, I mean, we're about 25 minutes in, but do you have any closing thoughts on this before we get out of here?
I don't. I was finally able to sit down and watch a match uninterrupted, except for like the start of the second half. And by that, I'm not talking bad about the person who is watching right now or the people who are watching right now. I'm just saying life happens.
Mhm.
And for the first time in a while, I was actually able to watch the match while it was happening and not at 10:30 at night or the next day trying to catch up on what I missed. And that doesn't go against them, like I said, or us going to the match. It happens. So with that, I appreciate everyone watching right now. I mean, I don't know what I saw a while ago when I was on Facebook, like 4 or 5. So that's a decent number for us, especially on a Saturday night. So yeah, so really, I got nothing else. We played good, and a 3-2 loss against a top team in the East is not a bad loss at all.
Yeah, again, the guys played with some confidence tonight. You could see them fighting back. No heads were hung at any point during that match. Some really good performances, some guys that stood out. David over in the chat, they absolutely did. They absolutely fought tonight, and we were just talking about this is probably one of the better performances we've seen this year. This is a full 90 performance, despite the loss, and to come back, to fight back from going 1-0 down, 3-1 down, to really make it a match. Shows a lot of fight. Shows that these guys are really getting there. They're turning that page, and so. Yeah, looking forward to see what happens next week against RGV back at the lab. So, yeah, for everyone that tuned in, thank you guys so much. Harry, Jane, David, Steven. Appreciate all of you for listening, watching. Again, the Mexico United falls on the road to Tampa Bay Rowdies by a final of 3-2 back at the lab on Saturday night for RGV. And guys, thank you again. Appreciate all of you so very much. Until next time, Somos Unidos.